Today I'm going to be sharing some back to school prep and organizing. Truthfully, I tried to get as much possible done before school started in terms of, just getting the lunches and on backpacks and everything in order before school started. But the first week of school, we've been in school for a full week now, was really my opportunity to organize my house. And I'm still getting there, but the house has been clean the whole week, which I can't remember the last time it's been that way. And last year was definitely an adjustment learning from home. This year, the boys are in school and they are very excited and happy to be back with their friends. So we're going to see what this year holds, but I'm going to be sharing with you kind of a switch up in my routine and what I did to prepare for back to school. I want to say a huge thanks to Ibotta for partnering with me on this video. If you haven't heard of the Ibotta app, you have to check it out. You can download it on your phone. Right now, while supplies last, they are offering a free back to school bundle. They are giving 100% cash back on back to school essentials. So when you download the app, you'll see the offer while supplies last for one free 5-star notebook, one package of No. 2 pencils, some Nature's Own bread, peanut butter, fruit spread, and a pack of Paper Mate erasers. Ibotta also offers cashback on hundreds of items from stores that I shop, both online and in store. You can search for different things to see what type of cashback offers they are currently offering, but you can also scan a receipt into the app to see what type of cashback you can get when you shop your favorite stores. You can definitely save with cashback offers and also take advantage of the 100% cashback offers that they're offering right now to help families out with back to school. So like I've shared in previous videos, I feel like I wasn't really active on YouTube during this summer because we were traveling a lot. It absolutely went by so fast, like with the blink of an eye. And so it really threw off our routine. And last year was different as well because with distance learning and everything, that was a whole new routine. So I did 2 back to school shopping trips. The first was with my kids to pick out some new clothes. We had a few items from the previous year, like lunch boxes and backpacks that were still in really great condition. So we did go shopping for some new shoes and a few new clothes from like Kohl's and Target. So we had everything we needed for the first day back to school. And then the first week back to school, I took that time that I was, the kids were in school to take time to think of some ways that I could refresh the home, reorganize, and rethink my own schedule, to be honest, because I have a little bit more free time than I had last year. So I went to Target by myself. I got some of, new candles and some Mrs. Meyer's soap, but I also got some things to, get our routine for back to school in order and also get the home a little bit more organized. So we have a lot of eggs, so we usually share with family and friends or whoever enjoys eggs, but they're really beautiful displayed. So I'm just cleaning up the kitchen, sort of doing the basics, and then I wanted to rethink this area. It's kind of a random mess right now. Those plastic containers we wash and reuse, a lot of times we collect them when we eat out, and we have been for many years. We wash them and keep them and use them if we ever make meals and want to give them to families on the go, things like that. So we always have that. So I actually reorganized that and just made this area sort of like the water containers, things for lunches. And then this area is just for meals. These plates I've had since they were really little, so they're more like toddler plates. So I'm gonna be donating a few of the plastic items that they don't really use as much anymore for mealtime. They have bigger portions, so they don't really use these plates anymore. And then I'm gonna keep our plastics for meal times to a minimum. So in the summer, I started the process of going through each closet, the kids' room, basically room to room, and I haven't gotten to the kitchen yet, just minimizing. Also, when I was at Target, I got these reusable sandwich bags. These are great because you can wash them and reuse them, and also they have compostable options as well. So if you're at Target and you're just looking in that same aisle that they have Ziploc bags and you want to make just a really quick and simple switch up, this is a really easy one for lunches just to reduce waste. I love these containers that you can also find at Target or Walmart has them, and I've had them for several years. I usually do what I call a snack pack. So it's kind of like a Lunchable, but a homemade version of a Lunchable. And every day I do a different version. And if we have something growing in the garden that I can put in there as well that they enjoy. So usually it's like some sort of vegetable, a little bit of protein. I usually put some cheese in there and then some fruit. They love fruit, so I usually put, a snack. They like cuties, so I make sure that I started to open it for them, since I know that can be kind of hard sometimes for them to get it started. And then I usually just do that with, right now it's really hot, so just ice water. And both the boys, I pack their lunches in the morning. So I usually wake up before the rest of the family on school days and pack their lunches. And if I feel like I'm gonna not wake up early, then I'll just do it the night before, but I prefer to do it first thing in the morning while I'm sort of getting myself ready and getting up. Every day after school, they bring in their lunch pails, their backpacks. We go through backpacks, clean out lunch pails, and then basically just set them out for the next day, just sort of do a reset. That is very helpful. I know it's only the first week of school, but just getting myself into that routine so that everything has a place. And that's why I wanted to reorganize those pantry drawers. I don't want there to be a bunch of different things that I'm searching for every morning. Simple is better. And then I actually, with that Mrs. Meyer's, I think it's the acorn spice. It smells so good. I know some people don't like Mrs. Meyer's because of the scent. I love their scents, and I like their honeysuckle scent as well. So I use that with some water and get it nice and soapy and clean all the kitchen counters. And then I also can clean the cabinets and do sort of like a deep clean, and it makes the entire kitchen smell absolutely amazing. So I was really happy that the kitchen was clean, but it wasn't just on the surface either. I knew that the drawers were starting to get clean. We're starting to minimize little by little. And we have a few more drawers that we need to go through, but slowly but surely minimizing our entire house so that we only have things that we're using and they all have a spot and it makes sense. Next up, I wanted to reorganize the boys' bedroom and specifically their drawers. So normally I will reset the house, on the weekends. And last year that was my routine, to try to get everything in order on the weekends. But now I can almost do a reset every day during the school day. Just make sure that the drawers stay nice and organized, which makes the morning routine a lot smoother because we know where clothes are. So I wanted to really make sure that I got rid of anything that they had grown out of course. And I try to do that pretty regularly, but they grow so quickly these days that it's like something could have fit, 2 months ago and it does not fit anymore. So I was just pulling items that I knew that didn't fit anymore, and then I was also doing laundry on this day, so I decided to come in and reorganize the drawers. Oliver came home from school and he was like, "Wow, the house is really clean, Mom." I was like, "Yeah, this is what I do when you guys are at school, is reorganize everything." But I do feel like it is hopefully going to help the routine be a little bit smoother. I have this wire basket in their bedroom just to make it easy for them to throw their clothes in there rather than throwing them on the floor. So I'm bringing that out to start laundry. I also got this collapsible box from Threshold. This is gonna be where they put their everyday shoes. So when they get home from school, one thing that happens is they're always looking for their shoes. And so trying to create a space that only their shoes go, and it's the shoes that they wear every day. So every day they came home from school and we remembered, once we put our backpack and lunches away, we also need to put our shoes in the box, and it just makes it a little easier to find them when it comes to getting dressed the next day. As you can see, this is Oliver's drawer, and he dresses himself mostly by himself, but you can see that he pushes everything around to try to find what he's looking for. So it's a work in progress, and we're learning, but I come in and reorganize and try to put things in order, like pants. I try to put the softer pants and shorts in one space because that's usually what they wear when they just want to be comfortable or when they're sleeping. And then we have our long pants and our shorts, and trying to have a spot for each thing so it's easy to find. So like I said, in the summer, we did a lot of minimizing. So not only donating toys, it seems like every time we do a nice big purge of toys, it's Christmas time and they have several sets of grandparents and we just get an overload of toys. So for us, we have definitely minimized because, to be honest, they spend a lot of time playing outside, and there's only a few toys that they really play with a lot. And so we have one toy box, and then we have a box for their dinosaurs and like sharks and things like that. And then we have that basket with their Lego pieces, and then we have books. So their bedroom is pretty simple, and in the closet we do have a bin with all of their shoes, so that's like winter shoes and rain boots and things like that. But it's a pretty simple space. So after I cleaned the room, Byron came in with our steam cleaner and just steam cleaned the carpet. I also put this up so Oliver can hang his backpack. And then we have the schoolroom. So we're gonna have to see how this year plays out because they might each have their own room at some point. Right now they're sharing a room. But right now we have the learning room, the schoolroom, and that's what we were using for distance learning. So I actually got this for, when they bring home the things that they do at school. I don't keep everything, but I like to keep some of it. So I'm organizing this in a little folder, and it'll say Oliver and Isaiah so I can save it and look back and sort of create one every year. So I have one of those for every year so we can look back on some of what they've done. I also got this caddy from Target when I went, and I'm just trying to organize the pencils and the erasers and the scissors and things like that. So again, this room was sort of designed to be a home learning space because we spent a lot of time in there last year. So since they are at school this year, they might not be using this space as much, so we might have to reevaluate it halfway through the year. And we're gonna really have to see. I just really don't know. The world is so crazy right now that I don't know what's gonna happen, but they're enjoying time back at school, and we're gonna keep this space for them to do homework, just getting this desk organized. Now, we used the main desk with the computer for distance learning last year, and then we also have the science desk. They got a microscope for Christmas, which was a great gift, and like rock polisher and some fun science kits and things like that, and also a little art station as well. So I still keep things that they bring home from school. I hang it up on the wall. And then after organizing the schoolroom, I think the next thing for me, just sort of getting my head wrapped around the new schedule and then just how things are changing up this year, was my own schedule. So next to my bed, I have a calendar. This is actually a new calendar, which is why there's nothing on it. I've the last few days been adding to it. It's actually a Farmer's Almanac calendar, which I got from Tractor Supply. And then I have this Longaberger basket and a little makeup case that my sister-in-law made for me that has horses. She sewed it for me, but I also just put my highlighters in there. I have my journal, a magazine, and my Bible. Now, my journal is actually made by an artist. She has a page on Instagram called Documented Journey. These are just so beautifully made. And you can insert your bullet journal into these. And then she's also an artist, so that sticker is her artwork. And I don't go too crazy with my journal. Like, I try to make it look pretty, I guess, cute, but it's pretty general. I have my daily goals, which are just a few simple goals, my month at a glance, so things that are coming up. And then I also have my work goals and an optional daily schedule. So for my work goals, usually the videos that I film are also revolved around my homesteading, like the garden and what's going on around the house. So I try to make time for getting inspiration, watching other videos, reading magazines. I'm always trying to get better with music. So I also want to make time for practicing. Now that I have a little bit more free time, this is sort of like my optional schedule, which can change if something else is of top priority, so it's sort of like my optional, if I don't know what to do with myself on any given day, those are ideas of a schedule that I can stick to, but I'm not rigid with it, if that makes sense. I got these really great week at a glance Post-its, which I think are really fun. I got those from Target. But this is mostly just for month at a glance goals, and I'm going to add to it as the year goes on, so maybe I'll do another updated planner video. I also have this spiral notebook. This is sort of like my everyday scratch notebook. So right here, I'm checking off shots that I wanted to get for this video. So it's like a shot list, so shots that I want to grab with the camera. And sometimes I won't write that in my bullet journal, but I'll write it in my spiral notebook. Or on any given day, if I need to remember something, it's like not as pretty, it's not as thought out, it's more of like my scratch notebook, if that makes sense. In the summer, I was using this cool journal called the Habit Journal, but I actually don't know what happened to it. I don't know if it just went missing around the house somewhere, but it was cool. It had some really good tips. It had 50 pages of explaining how habits work and how to create goals and habits. And so that's essentially what I do, even if I have a spiral notebook or even if I have a bullet journal. I just have been doing that for a long time. You got to just do what works for you. You got to create a schedule. Sometimes I put things into my phone and I set reminders. And sometimes if I'm not on my plan, if I don't write things down, I do 100% forget. So it is helpful to have month at a glance, week at a glance, and also to have some sort of notebook where I can sort of put ideas, write random lists, sort of be a little bit more like messy thoughts on paper, and it helps keep my thoughts organized. The other thing that I picked up at Target was this dry erase week at a glance board, which I put above the meal plan chalkboard, which I haven't even used the meal plan chalkboard yet, but I do plan to use that as soon as possible. But this is mostly for things that the family needs to see. So this is right before you walk in the kitchen. So if there's a doctor's appointment or something that the whole family needs to remember, it's going to go on this week at a glance for the whole family to see. And then also the chalkboard is for eventually when I really pull it together and I have specific meal plans. Right now I just do grocery shopping with meals in mind, but I'm not rigid to which ones go on which day. If that makes sense, it's kind of like, what's everybody in the mood for? We can either do this, this, or this. And it works for us for now. But I'd like to get to a point where I have specific meals planned for each day rather than a general idea. So we're getting there. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, this is the first week back, so we're starting to get into the swing of not only a new routine, but sort of minimizing our home, reorganizing, and creating a smooth, streamlined routine. I truly do feel like, to a certain extent, I definitely have the ability to set the tone for my family and my home, and I love to do that. Sometimes I get very overwhelmed, and last year was definitely a switch up for me, and it was just trying to find that balance. So yeah, for me, finding that routine, but also being flexible, because you just never know with life and different things pop up and happen. Just figuring that out, I guess. And I hope you enjoyed this video and that you were able to have some sort of takeaway with it. Be sure to check out the Ibotta app for the 100% cashback giveaway offers for back to school, but also just their general cashback offers that are amazing at the stores that a lot of us love and shop at. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.